She started warming the water on a little fire. And as she was warming the water, I was reconnecting with my mission here. It was actually, the first priority was to bring safe drinking water. So dear ladies and gentlemen, I was about to drink my first non-drinking coffee. I didn't know if this sock had a foot in it before. I didn't know how this dark brown color came from. I didn't know how my body would react to a first non-drinking coffee. But I knew that I would never forget this moment in my life. According to what my eyes could see, she had lost everything. According to what my mind could think, she was in desperate situation. And according to what my heart could guess, she was in so much suffering. What did she have remaining? What did she have remaining? Herself. Her core. Her immense dignity that made her stand in the rubble. Her innate sense of giving that made her give me coffee when she had nothing. Her inner resilience that made her smile and ready to take what is to be done. What do you have? What do we have remaining when life just looks like a mountain of rubble? When it seems that they have removed from us everything. There is us. The true us. The one without the others. The one without the belongings. The one without the labeling. This raw us. This raw us that they're only bringing up when life throws to us a volcanic eruption. This raw us that comes up when we've lost ourselves. And this raw us that we can also find when we dare digging, looking at ourselves inside. And when we dare connecting with something higher than Wi-Fi. And this is like the diamond. The diamond comes up to the surface of the earth with a volcanic eruption. And when it comes up, our eyes cannot see it always because there's coal around. So that's what we have inside. That's what makes us stand. This is this inner diamond. This inner diamond we don't dare looking too much. Because we've believed all our lives that we can only hold zirconium. Because we don't dare shining too much. Because people only see in us the coal. So dear ladies and gentlemen, today I want to share with you and discuss with you on the power of embracing your inner diamond. Bringing it up, polishing it, letting it shine. And I also want to share with you how the connection with your unique inner diamond can make a great difference in your speaking career, can support you to bring it to the next level. How many are coaches in the room? Do you remember when you start studying coaching, they give us a list of questions so that we can start practicing already? And there's one of these questions is, what is your gift? That we can ask people to help them to connect with what they have within, to connect with their values. Actually, I remember the first time I heard this question, I was one of the guinea pigs in the teleconference of the coaching course. So I was being coached by the teacher, and he asked me, what is your gift? I didn't know what to answer, but I loved the energy of the question. I was imagining myself like a big packet, all gold, paper around and a big red ribbon. Now, I don't know what there was inside, but that was feeling so good. I liked also after when I worked as a coach and I started exploring the question with people, I really enjoyed the difference in the cultures and the nationalities. American people, they may have difficulties to find what is the gift, but they love these questions. And they happily go and navigate with you trying to find what are the gifts. French people, especially also because I'm French, they feel very offended by this question. This is very arrogant question. And as you know, French people are not arrogant at all.
That's true. He is, but not me.
Then you have the Thai and Southeast Asian people. They smile at you because they want really to show respect and they're very polite, but they're shocked by this question. Because they've been told that to be humble, you need to shrink. You cannot shine. And let me share with you a beautiful experience. 2 weeks back, I was facilitating a conference, a business conference on disaster risk reduction. And I was moderating one panel with really high-level Thai entrepreneurs. There was this man. I was so impressed by his career, by the group he was representing, and his achievements. I was trying to find a little about him so I could introduce him. And they, no, nothing to say, nothing to say. So I started asking questions. How long have you been working for your company? 20 years. Wow. I said, 20 years. This is loyalty. And for me, loyalty is a very deep value. So I said, would you mind if, when I introduce you, I highlight the loyalty in you? And I saw this man who didn't want me to talk anything about him. I saw his eyes shining. He smiled. And he said, oh, yes. Yes, please say it. He was, maybe for the first time of his life, someone was telling him what was one of his gifts. He was daring, he was allowing a person to highlight that in front of others. Well, that brought a lot of shine to his face and his smile and his presentation. What is your gift, ladies and gentlemen? You don't know what is your gift? How do South Africans answer when you ask them, what is your gift? What is the reaction?
This.
Huh?
Silence.
Silence. Great. Because after, we're going to explore it together. And I will make you sing your gifts. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be talented, to be fabulous, to be gorgeous? Actually, who are you not to be? During many years, I thought this had been said by Nelson Mandela in his investiture speech in 1994. I guess many of you in this room, or if not all of you, know that he did not say that, but that it was Marianne Williamson, this amazing American speaker and author. But I believe the Facebook quotes. And actually, why do the Facebook quotes mention it as coming from Nelson Mandela? Why do so many people in the world think, yes, that was Nelson Mandela? Because what did Nelson Mandela show us beyond the political struggle, beyond the struggle for freedom? He showed us that you can remove everything from me. I stand here. He showed us that you can stand in the middle of the rubble or in a jail, in the middle of an island, when the eyes of the people cannot see anything, when the minds of the people cannot think anything, And when their hearts cannot say anything to you, but here you are, with your immense dignity, with your innate sense of giving, and with your inner resilience. Because this inner diamond we all have within us. What are the values that you hold that build your dignity? What do you give when you are, when you speak? What is your gift? And what is your strength? Your core. This one thing that no one can break, that no circumstance can break. These things that make you stand. And here I'm not talking about strength like SWOT analysis, SWOT analysis. This is this thing that nothing, no one, no situation can remove from you. Let's see. I'm going to ask you to do a little exercise. You take a piece of paper or your notebook and a pen. I'm going to ask you to connect with your hearts. So what are the hearts? When they on Googling on internet for some coaching documents, exercises, and creative kind of documents, I found Alexandra Franzen, and she has this concept that she calls the hearts, which is the heart and the guts. That's what we want to connect on. Too much in the mind. How do you want to connect with the inner diamond when you're too much in the mind? No way. It's too far. Yeah. Sometimes it's good to connect with something different. So I'm going to invite you to connect with the guts and the heart, the hearts. And leave the mind. The mind is always here. It will come back. But here I'm going to ask you, when you hear the question, to immediately write down what comes back, what comes out from your hearts. Simple question. What are the 3 core values that you are experiencing right now, that make you alive today, in this moment? Your 3 core values. 3 values. Don't think. What's coming? Maybe those are not the values that you have been repeating all your life, that they were motivating your career or your being. Maybe they are not the ones that you thought you had. Write down what's coming out, the 3 values. Yeah? And I'm going to ask you to stand. Don't be scared. Stand. 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 Remember, when was the last time that you said to yourself, oh my God, I'm so stupid, I didn't do that? Or you made a speech, oh my God, it was a disaster, I'm really wrong and that, I need to change. Or you went to that thing and you thought about how wrong you are, how not good you did it, and you did it but not too much and everything. Yeah? Daily basis. Yeah? So what I'm going to invite you now today is just to think in what we have inside, in the beauty, the sparkle and the shine that we have. Now I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, not now, still you look at me. And you're going to declare your values. And why I ask you to close the eyes, because I don't want you to worry who is your neighbor, are they listening, not listening. I want you to be fully connected with yourself. And to declare your values. Let them sink in every cell of your body. You will see after the level of vibration in this room and in your body, and in your mind, in your soul. So we're going to start all together. We're going to declare all together our 3 values. 3. You can smile, it's okay, huh? Actually, it's less painful when we smile. Are you trying? Yeah, let's try. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1, start. Love, power, honesty. Now and then you repeat, and you repeat, and you repeat. Are you professional speakers? That's what's saying here. I want to hear voice. Do it as an exercise of vocal variety. Sing them out. Come on. Why are you so shy? does it feel? Good? Only good? Okay, another round. Another round. Feel them sinking in their body. That's you. That's your beauty, that's your shine, that's your sparkle. That's what you bring to people. That's bring to you to yourself. That's what you bring when you speak. These core values. Go. 3, 2, 1.
Joy.
Joy.
Non-judgment.
Okay. What's blocking from declaring that? Excellent. Thank you. Now you can sit back.
Ah ouais, c'est très bien.
Huh?
Jamais pensé à ça.
How do you feel the vibration in the room?
Very good.
Huh?
Good
Excellent.
vibrations.
Okay. So this is a big part of your diamond. Your values. And when you are about to speak and you're very scared, or you're about to take a big stretch in your life and you're very scared, or when you're in a situation where maybe your life is at stake and you're very scared, that's what you connect with. Because that's you. Your core values. So instead of declaring all your stress and all your anxiety and all your fear, declare your values. I'm love, power, honesty. That feels better than, oh, I'm so stressed, they won't like what I say and I don't know how to speak. Yeah, that's different. That's you. And when you step into what are your core values, you're going to bring who you are. You're going to dare shining. So third part of our diamond, the core, the strength. This thing that made this woman stand in the rubble, having lost everything. This thing that made that Nelson Mandela, after 27 years of jail, he does not only become president of South Africa, but a symbol for the world and for so many more generations. We all have this thing in us. And this is our inner diamond. This is the thing that no matter what will make us stand. I would like you to take 10 seconds. What is it? What is it, this thing that you know that in the worst of your life, it was there? What is the thing that when the love of your life left you, that when you have no money, you don't know how you're going to pay the bill, you've lost the contract of your life, you missed your exams, what is there? This quality of yours. You want to know mine? The bull. The bull, like the animal. A big bull? No, is it, yeah? A big bull. Because I know that when there's nothing, I can transform in a bull. My beloved sometimes says, you know, the bull is nice, but the bird is nice also. But that's the bull. Because when there's nothing and when I feel lost, I know I can go. And whatever now, with all the power, I don't know where it's coming from, and go and go and go and move. That's me. Maybe it's not the right direction, but at least I move. That's me. That's what I know in the worst of my life I always had. What is yours? Can be an animal. Draw it. Can be a color. Can be a symbol. What is it in you? Write it down. You know, I like to write things down. Because then when we write things down, it's not anymore in our head. It sort of crystallizes already. And you know, I like the thing because when you write, there's a physical distance also with what you've written. So then you gain another perspective. So write what's coming right now from your heart. But write it. Because then you will gain another perspective with it. You will create a relationship with it. So when you know what are your core values, when you know what are your gifts, or what is your gift, and when you can put a name or a color or figure on this core, on this bird or bull of yours. And you're connecting to it. And I would like to invite you to really bring in these values, this gift, and this strength in your speaking career. When you speak, when you are as a speaker, and when you want to grow. Let me share my story on how I arrived to be a speaker. As beautifully introduced by our Master of Ceremony, I've been working 17 years in humanitarian aid. And in the process of life, of course, I worked on myself. No? I did nonviolent communication when I needed to reconnect with the ex-husband and talk to him again. I did meditation when I had lost myself totally. I didn't know who I was. And I registered one day to this coaching certification program. I didn't even know what a coach was. I never heard about that, except the baseball coach. But that was definitely not the training I was registering to. But I was fascinated by this. I remember in the advertising they were saying, learn how to ask empowering questions. And empowering people has been all my fire, all my life. How can you empower people so they can become who they are? Even in the middle of the disaster, even when they have lost everything, how can you just help them to bring them up and bring them to shine by themselves? So I registered to this program. I had not looked properly at the program, the bull. No? So the bull registered to the program and didn't look that it was during 11 months. There were 3 teleconferences per week with the United States, with a lot of time difference, and etc., etc. I just had my second baby. I was single. I was blah, blah, blah. I arrived after 11 months exhausted, but changed. What a journey. A journey, and there was this part of me saying, oh, there's something there. There's something there. I want to know. There was the inner diamond moving, saying that there's something you need to explore. So there was no way I continue with my full-time job and with coaching at the same time. So I said, okay, tonight I will take the decision before I sleep, and tomorrow morning when I wake up, I will announce to the world. So that evening, I took the decision. I stopped my job, and I opened my company to be able to explore what was coaching and speaking, what I could bring through coaching and speaking. I had never seen a business person in my life, literally. I did less know what was business and what was having a company, I learned very recently the difference between profit and revenue. So, I then decided I needed some support, so I enrolled in a mentoring program that actually the Chamber of Commerce was offering in Bangkok. And I presented my business plan to 7 mentors that day. We were very seasoned entrepreneurs, and that day, that's when you need to connect with your values, with your gift, and with the bull or the strength that you have. Because I had no idea of a business plan, and I was presenting my business plan to all these people, so they're going to eat me raw. And I remember what came out. One says, be you. Bring your message. Mingle with your people, the people you connect with. And if you translate that into diamond language, what does that mean? Bring it up. That's what people want to hear. That's what will make you prosperous. That's what will make the difference. That was an inspiring message, but still difficult to find sometimes. No? What is it that's so special? Difficult to acknowledge the gorgeous, the talented, the fabulous that we are. So one day, I had this big crisis, these volcanic eruptions that where I take big decisions like stopping my job or going somewhere, and I was crying. And then I called my beloved, who happened to be a serial entrepreneur. I'm not done for business. I don't want to do business. That's not my thing. I want to save the world. I want to change people's life. I don't want to have a company. I don't want to do business plans. I don't want. Yeah, you say, okay, you can always go back to your old job. No way. Because then when he said that, I said, yeah, I can. But I don't want. Because where I am now, it's where I'm breaking the coal around this diamond. That's me. But what is me? So I said, look, let's start by simple stuff. I'm not a business person. I don't like the idea of doing business. Let's change the name. Not a business plan. My business plan now is called Purpose in Action Plan. Simple. The content is the same, but the emotional impact is totally different. And in 2 weeks' time, actually, I'm presenting again to the mentoring committee my Purpose in Action Plan. And they're very much looking forward to it. I already informed them. I've changed the name. Because that's what boosts me. My purpose, your purpose, is what your inner diamond is telling you, is asking you, is inviting you to do. Connect with that. Then you will be the speaker you want to be. Then you will bring your authentic and real message to people. And what is the beauty is that what you are here to offer is what the world is waiting for. Don't you think that this world needs a little more of diamonds up there? Yeah. A little more shine, of sparkle, a little more of real. Now nowadays we live in a world, we have to become like this actress. We all go to surgery. We all agonize thinking, oh, I don't have all this stuff. But what about us? We have come to this earth for a purpose. This purpose is in our diamond because it's unique. And when we bring this uniqueness to the world, we're not changing only our world. We're not only changing the world of the people around us, but we're changing the world. So dear ladies and gentlemen, connect with your values. Declare them. Sing them. Shout them at the world. Find out and embrace what is in this big golden box with a big, big, fat red ribbon. What is that you bring when you speak and when you are? Draw, connect, and be. This core. And then you change your word. You change their word. And you change the world. Ladies and gentlemen, invest in diamonds, inner diamonds.